Hey guys, how's it going? Today I am going to be doing a book haul because I have piles and piles of books just kind of scattered about in my apartment that I really need to put on some shelves, but I've been holding off so I can do a book haul on them. We're getting it done today. I am going to start with the book I was most excited to find, and that is The Women of Troy. This is the second book in a trilogy by Pat Barker. The first was The Silence of the Girls. Absolutely amazing, 5-star book. I actually am reading this one as part of my June month. It's absolutely fantastic thus far. I'm loving it. So I was so excited to see this book. Next, I am also reading this month is The Yellow Wallpaper. This is really short. It's like a horror short story, which I have been trying to find more of. This one is quite old as well. I think this was written in like the 1890s, I believe. So it's interesting. I'll talk about it more in my June reads. Next, we have Furiously Happy. I did read this author's, one of the author's other books. Let's Never Talk About This Again. Let's Pretend This Never Happened. I really like that one, so I'm gonna give this one a shot. And I absolutely love that happy raccoon. It's amazing. Found a really pretty copy of The Old Man and the Sea. I think I read this like in middle or high school. I barely remember it, so I do want to reread this. Next one I have been looking for, wanting to start for quite a while, and that is The Inheritance Games. I think this is about a girl who doesn't come from much, but she's left in the will of like a billionaire, and I think she has to solve some puzzles or something. Riddles, puzzles, in order to win it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. That sounds right up my alley. Next, we have Of Love and Other Demons. I've been wanting to read this author a lot more. Everything I hear about him, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, really sounds like it's something I would enjoy. I think I read 100 Years of Solitude a long time ago. Like The Old Man and the Sea, I think I was probably at an age where I just didn't quite get it or appreciate it, or I was just doing it because it was a requirement in school or something. So I do want to give some of his work another try. Next, this is one is so random. The Dust of 100 Dogs. I've never heard of this before. This is about, in the 17th century, a teenage pirate gets cursed with the dust of 100 dogs, dooming her to 100 lives as a dog before returning to a human body with her memories intact. I don't think I've ever read a book with a premise like that, so it sounds just so random. I'm really excited to try that one. Next we have, something by Joe Hill, that light manga, which I think this is the same Joe Hill who's Stephen King's son, right? Who wrote Horns and, let's see, Horns, Nosferatu, and The Fireman. I think I'm going to be reading Horns next month, so we'll see. I'm always in the lookout for like weird comic books or manga or anything like that, even though I really don't give them a shot that much. I really need to I need to change that. Really pretty copy of The Beetle and the Bard. I love this blue. Such a pretty blue. I know I end up talking about the covers way more than the book sometimes, but it's pretty. The Autobiography of Miss Tom Thumb. I want to say this is some sort of like magical realism. It sounded like there was magical realism involved, and Sarah Gruen loved it. And I really love Sarah Gruen's book, Water for Elephants. And this looks like it might have to do with like, I don't know if it's like a circus life or something. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. We got some Margaret Atwood next. I'm not sure if this is a retelling of the Iliad or the Odyssey. Which is the one where Odysseus returns home? Whatever that one is. I think it's a retelling of that. Please ignore this this ugly sticker. Night of the Animals. Look at the bear. This sounds amazing. It's over the course of a single night in 2052, a homeless man sets out on an astonishing quest to release the animals of the London Zoo. Yes, please. I don't know if he talks with the animals. As the rest of the world anxiously anticipates the rise of a suicide cult set on destroying the world's animals along with themselves. What? Whoa. Yeah, I'll read that. Next we have Trust Exercise, which I see everywhere, but I don't know what it's about. We're gonna find out. We've got Eating Animals. We have Elizabeth Costello. Yoke. This is another one where like I see the cover. I saw the cover a lot, but I think this is about two sisters. Yeah. Who moved from Seoul to San Antonio and finally New York. And they don't want anything to do with each other, so family drama, okay. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Also want to give this one a try. Next, I was lucky enough to find 3 of the Witcher books. This is 3, 4, and 5. The only Witcher book I've read so far is like 0.5, The Last Wish. So I do have 1 and 2. I don't know how many books are in the entire series, but now I've got 1 through 5. So I do want to give number 1 a shot because I have started playing the game and I did watch a few episodes of the TV show. So we're going to see. In how do you say that? Calabria? I don't know. But this is the author of The Last Unicorn, which The Last Unicorn brings to mind to me something similar to The Little Prince almost. Isn't it like a really well-loved kids story? I don't think I have The Last Unicorn. I don't know if I've ever read it though, so I don't know if this is a series. Is this like the second one? It has to do with a unicorn though, so that's enough. I love unicorns. Waking Gods. I have the first book in this series, Sleeping Giants. I don't know if this is the second or the third. Waking Gods. This is Waking Gods. So I think this is the second book in the series, so. Next. Ooh, I'm really excited about this one. The Troop. Immediately makes me think of Count Olaf. This is the author of, wow, I just read one of his books that I really liked. What was it? It was fantasy. Foundryside. It's about a 16-year-old trying to find the man he suspects to be his father. So he's chasing down his father's troop, and it says, wherever they happen to tour, the very nature of the world seems to change. Okay. Man, I have so many books I'm excited for. It's going to be difficult to not read them all at once. By the time you read this, I'll be dead. Sometimes a title just makes you pick up a book, and in this case it did. Fences. Is this a play or yes, this is a play. I knew they made the movie about it, but I wasn't sure if this was like a short book or a play, but it is a play. So I also found some, I think by Tennessee Williams, another one by Tennessee Williams. So I don't know if I'm gonna like reading plays. I'm gonna try, but just having like a different format. It is short, so even if I don't like it, hopefully I'll get something out of it. Next, we have Prairie Fires. This is about Laura Ingalls Wilder. I read all the Little House on the Prairie books when I was really young. I just kind of gobbled them up. So this is winner of the Pulitzer Prize. That's cool. The American Dreams of Laura Ingalls Wilder. I guess this is like the true story behind it. Oh, this one, Anyway the Wind Blows. I read the first 2 books in this series. What were they again? It's the Simon Snow trilogy. It was, I have them right over there, but I can't see them. What was the first one? Carry On. What was the second one? I liked the first one a lot. The second one was okay. Wayward Son. And now I just kind of want to finish the trilogy up before I forget everything that happened. So hopefully I can get this one out soon. We have Bereft. I don't have a lot to say about all of them. Sometimes I just found a book that I'm like, well, that looks interesting. We'll give it a shot. The Cave. I have 2 other books by this author, Blindness and I think Conversations with Death. So here's a 3rd book of his. We shall see what we shall see. The Escape Room, which I'm really excited about. This is about 4, not lawyers, in the lucrative world of finance. Most of the time when I read that, that would make me put a book down just because I have no interest in the lucrative world of finance. But I think it's about 4 people who are invited to participate in an escape room and it turns deadly. Okay. Next, I have The Guest List. An exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. Makes me think of Clue. And then last but not least, we have Unaccustomed Earth. This author, I think this is a book of short stories, but this author, her writing is just, I've read a few snips of it and the writing just seems to be really beautiful. So I don't know what the stories are about. I'm just going to kind of dive in and see what I see. So that's it though. Those are all the books that I have hauled recently, that I've bought recently. Again, 2 of them I am going to be talking about in my June reads. I'll have that up in a few weeks. And then a few of them I'm hoping to get into really soon. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you like them, which ones I should try next. But that's it today, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Bye.